Hi everyone, I'm Pan and I am a fourth year student at the University of Denver. I am the international student here at AIU Hirome Tai for this semester. I come from Denver, Colorado, United States of America, and I am studying computer science and Japanese. So the purpose of this video is to provide some information about AIU in English, just because before coming to AIU, I thought it was pretty hard to find some information. So hopefully this video can help. So the very first thing I wanted to cover are the clubs and circles. I'm going to show this on the screen, but I'm going to do a quick rundown of each club that we have here offered at this semester. So we had a baseball club, a Japanese archery club, which is called Kyudo, the AIU volleyball club, the basketball club, and I'm a part of that club. There's a badminton club, a Bible study club, the AIU Musical Theater Club, VACT, which is kind of like a volunteer club, I believe. We also have the AIU Kimono Club, the AIU Student Ambassadors, which is the AIU Hirome Tai, which is this club right now. We have the AIU Wandervogel Club, which I believe is kind of similar to like a hiking club. We have AIU Marché, and Marché kind of does these like student volunteer events that have different local vendors and student vendors. It's a really fun time. I'm actually about to be a vendor selling Vietnamese food in the upcoming summer marché, so I'm looking forward to that. We have the AIU Color Guard Club, the Soft Tennis Club, AIU Red Cross Youth Volunteer Corps, Tea Ceremony Club, the AIU Dance Club, and there are a lot of different genres in the AIU Dance Club. I am a part of the Freestyle Hip Hop Club. I really enjoy it. It might be one of my favorite clubs. Well, I only have 3, so it's kind of hard, but I really like it a lot, and so I spend a lot of time practicing for dancing, and I really am looking forward to performing at our spring performance in 2 weeks. So excited for that. We have the AIU Rugby Club, the Debating Society, Table Tennis Club, Sign Language Club, AIU Jazz Circle, from Project Akita, and I believe that's kind of like also volunteer work, working with locals in Akita. We have the AIU Tennis Club, AIU Rock Band Club, the Kendo Club, AIU Hawaiian Hula Dance Club, SRT. I actually do not know this one, so I'm going to have to look. I have no information about this. Sorry about that, folks. I have the Jeep Pies Club, which is kind of like indoor futsal, Japanese Traditional Dance Club, Akita Study Abroad Promoters, AIU Kanto Team, the AIU Model United Nation Club, AIU Diversity Club, the String Ensemble Circle, AIU Acapella Club, the AIU Flying Disc Club, TEDx AIU, and then we have the Repro Pro, AIU Share Cycle, and Ride On. And so most of the clubs were kind of self-explanatory, but for some of the clubs that you might want more information, I will read the quick description. So we have VACT, Vitality, Anyone Can Take Action. And this club is kind of like volunteer work taking action with fun and passion towards the Philippines or international cooperations. The next club that I'll talk about is from Project Akita. Their description says, we support high school students in Akita to plan and accomplish projects which combine what they can absorb or what they are confident about and contribute to solve social issues. And twice a month on Saturday, they have lectures for high school students at AIU, and they meet once a week every Tuesday. So SRT is going to be the Northeast Asian Student Roundtable. It's composed of members from Japan, Korea, Taiwan, and Mongolia. I am Vietnamese, so it does not apply to me, but they talk about social problems related to North Asia and exchange cultures each summer in different host countries. They have a summer conference, which is held in Akita, and they kind of help provide information about students studying abroad in these various countries. Another club that I'm going to talk about is the TEDx Akita International U. They are an independent organization of TEDx events at AIU. In this club, they will help provide experience about a lot of things such as supporting a speaker, visiting a sponsor, and organizing an after party. Repro Pro is a club that works for better understanding of sexual and reproductive health rights. They offer information on social media, distribute sanitary pads for free, and hold events related to sexual and reproductive health and rights. The last two clubs that I'll talk about are the AIU Rideshare and the Ride On Club. So the AIU Share Cycle, they are a club that helps manage these bicycles that are free for students to rent during the school week. So it's been really nice to see that a lot of students are able to use these bicycles to travel to places such as Eon Mall or even downtown if they wanted to. And the last club is Ride On. They are a club that is currently making a ride-sharing app, so they want to make a business. So a lot of their club itinerary is app development, marketing, and legal matters to launch a ride-sharing business. So one thing that is really cool at AIU is they offer themed houses. They live in different locations each year. This year they were selected to be at Tsubaki Village, and that's currently where I live right now. But the themed houses for the academic year 2024 was Anime House, Criminal Justice House, Indigenous House, Lego House, which is the Language Learning House, the Nihongo House, and the Wellbeing House. So at least at my university, they might be pretty similar to living learning communities, so LLCs, and so you would live with these kind of people who have a similar interest, and within these various themed houses, you kind of get to do some sort of activity and information sharing with everyone. And a lot of the things that they've done this year has been hosting events, such as the Indigenous House is hosting a Ainu indigenous culture speaker. So that's kind of one of the things at the themed house. You get to live with people who have similar interests as you, and yeah, that's pretty much it. So here at AIU, the transportation is kind of lacking, at least in my thought. So our main form of transportation outside of the campus is the bus. And there's only two places that you can take the bus to. So a lot of students go to Eon Mall, and Eon Mall is this gigantic 3-floor mall that has a bunch of stores, a bunch of restaurants. They have an arcade inside, a movie theater, and as most students, they have a Daiso, so that's our holy grail. But so we have a timetable, which I will be posting on the screen as well. So the timetable shows each time that the bus would arrive at AIU or whatever destination. So the two destinations are Wada Station, and from Wada Station you can go, to Akita City, to Akita Station, and from there you can go into the city, or you can go somewhere else outside of Akita City. But most people would go to Wada Station to get to Akita Station, and then from Akita Station travel outside of Akita. Alright, so I do have the bus timetable now. There is actually one more bus that goes to the Akita airport, but that's actually only on holidays. So for here it says it was in the check-in day, the day of our spring matriculation, and then it happens once more in the summer check-in, which is the fall semester check-in, and the fall matriculation. They also have it for AIU Festival, which is kind of a big event that unfortunately I will not be here for. It's going to be in October. And then they also have it for the beginning of winter break and the spring commencement ceremony. So that bus, the airport line, is not very oftenly used. I have not used it. The walk to and from the airport, it's about 45 minutes. It's not that bad. I pack light usually because I travel with just a backpack. Maybe just a duffel bag on the side. Alright, my personal experience, the timetables has been inaccurate, so I always use Google Maps just because it has worked the best for me. So from AIU campus to Eon Mall, the times are going to be 8:15, 8:25, 9:30, 11:45, 15:20, 17:10, 19:25, 20:55, in 22-25. So there is a really large time gap there, so about 2 hours. So if you do miss the bus, which has happened to me, unfortunately, which was not my fault, it was my friend's fault because it took too long to check out. It's about a 2-hour time gap. Or you can pay for a taxi, and a taxi back from Aeon Mall to AIU campus is about 3,000 yen. Or hopefully you might make friends that have cars and plead and beg on your knees that they can pick you up, which I have done. So that has worked out for me, especially that one time we squeezed 5 people in the back of a sedan. So it was really fun, but that is the bus timetable. I also suggest getting some sort of transportation like a bicycle. I bought my own bicycle. It has been great. The bike ride from AIU to Aeon Mall is about 30 minutes and 30 minutes back. And then the bike ride from AIU to Akita City is about an hour. But for me, it's a very enjoyable bike ride and something that I'm willing to do. So one of the main reasons of why I chose AIU was the amazing volunteer opportunities that they offer here. I have gone rice planting twice, and I can insert some photos here. I have gone rice planting twice at AIU. It's been such a wonderful experience. I really enjoyed it, and I think my favorite one was the barefoot rice planting. It was super muddy, it was super fun, and I did not fall. And I wore white, so I'm very proud about that. But AIU has a community outreach program, and these community outreach programs kind of allow students to volunteer for different events, such as elementary school students talking to them about your country and kind of like your country's culture, or you have events such as going down to the city and participating in like a festival there. Another one that my friend has done has been reading to students. So you would read these like kind of like fairy tale books to elementary school students, or even helping students improve with their English. And speaking about teaching English, I am also a foreign language conversation partner, and that's going to be the FLCP program. The FLCP program allows students to sign up for sessions with people that offer different languages. So I believe this semester we have students that are willing to help with Chinese, French, Arabic, Japanese, English, and some other ones I can't think at the top of my head right now, but I am an FLCP partner right now, so I help students who want to practice speaking English, just kind of conversate, or I also volunteer to listen to them with their presentations, so I help out with that, or teaching different English slang has been super fun for some of my peers or students that I've been working with. So that's also another wonderful volunteer opportunity that AIU provides, and I'm really happy about that. And it's directed all by a wonderful person, Carlos Budding. Shout out to you. So that's another volunteer opportunity that AIU hosts, and they have a bunch of different festivals. Like I said, the AIU Marché, where students are going to be kind of like hosting their own stall, and they can do things such as selling food, face painting, playing instruments, all different sorts of things. A lot of students sell clothes or baked goods, and they also have local vendors that come in as well. So I believe the last marché that occurred in April or May, I think it was May, in May, had over 700 people come into the school area for the marché. So hopefully we have just the same or more at the next one. So some of the events that you might find at AIU are going to be that marché, which I just talked about. And then we also have the AIU Fest, which is like a really big festival held in the fall semester. It's going to be held at AIU campus, and just a bunch of things happen. I believe there's kind of like small parties, a lot of good food, and it's just a really good time. But the one I'm looking forward to the most is the AIU Kanto Festival, which Akita is just really known for. And we have a really cool Kanto team here at AIU. One of my classmates is part of the team, and they perform at each matriculation ceremony or special events at the school. So definitely they'll be performing at the AIU Festival, but I'm super excited to see the Kanto Matsuri in August. So, if you're interested for AIU, they have a Japanese language program, and it's going to be split into 4 different tiers. We have the elementary, the intermediate, the higher intermediate, and advanced. I'm going to quickly read it to y'all. So the basic introductory level is going to be JPL 100, and I believe that's where people will learn basic Japanese, such as hiragana, katakana, and very little bits of kanji. So just very basic level learning. Then we have the elementary level, and that's going to be JPL 110, JPL 210, and 220. And these are going to be using the Genki 1 and Genki 2 books. I believe at JPL 210 is when they start using Genki 2 books. And then, of course, they have different corresponding classes. Now, these corresponding classes, at least for me, did not transfer for Japanese major credit at my university. So they're kind of like electives, but they're not required at all. So you have a speaking class and a kanji class. Now, the speaking class I really enjoy just because it helps me get better tones and better pitch while I speak Japanese. But the kanji class, I honestly recommend just a self-study. I am part of the kanji for beginners, the JPL 214, and it's a decent class. Now, let me get the book for you guys. You kind of just go through these different kanji pages, and then for the homework, there's another book that kind of goes with it. And then the homework is just filling out different kanji pages. I hope you guys can see that. Different kanji pages, and the homework is just filling out different kanji from that chapter. And honestly, it's a lot of work, in my opinion. Tomoimasu. It's weekly quizzes, so right now I am chapter 17. So right now I'm in chapter 17. I've had 5 weekly quizzes. I've had quizzes every week since I've been at AIU. It's about 45 kanji that you have to be able to write, and then 50 to 60 terms that you have to have recognition, that you have to be able to like read and write like the meaning and how to spell it in hiragana. If that's your thing, by all means go for it. I'm not going to stop you. But if you don't want to have weekly quizzes and just have like, I don't know, 400 kanji stuffed in your head in one semester, don't take the class. But I never told you not to take the class. The sensei that I have is a wonderful sensei. And then moving on to the intermediate level, this is where most students, I believe, place into. And this is using the quartet books. I believe this is like N3 level. So we have the JPL 310, and that's the class that I'm in, and that's the very first 3 chapters of Quartet 1. And then I have friends at JPL 320, and that's chapters 4 through 6, I believe. And then you continue on with JPL 330, 340, and then there's another tier, the higher intermediate level. Those are, honestly, don't even know, too high for me. I can't speak Japanese. I'm not good at this. Wow, very impressive people here. So I'm currently looking at the AIU language page, but they have like pronunciation, English Japanese translation, Japanese Chinese translation, or Japanese Chinese interpretation. All a little bit too advanced for me. And then there's also an advanced level. So I've only been learning Japanese for 2 years, so I'm kind of happy with just being at 310 and on Quartet 1. But if you want to be very fluent, then by all means take all the courses that you'd want, such as the supplementary, like the pronunciation. I'm also in the reading one. I really like the reading one. So there's a reading comprehension class. I really enjoyed that class a lot. We kind of just read different stories. I know it's a little bit beginner level. I'm in the beginning reading. I can't read that well, but if you're in the higher level courses, of course you're going to read like news articles or maybe even like longer books. But I enjoy the reading as my supplementary class. So now I'm going to talk about kind of like the course system here at AIU. So there's different class periods. So we have class 1, class 2, class 3, class 4, class 5, class 6, and class 7. I believe class 1 is maybe like a 9 a.m. course, 9 to 11 course. I have my first class, class 2, so that's going to be 10:30 to 11:45. I know most of the Japanese language courses are during that time, so a bunch of my friends who are also taking Japanese language courses are in class at that time. Class 3, I'm not quite sure because most people do eat lunch. I think there's like an automatic lunch break period throughout the day. I think there's an automatic lunch break period throughout the day. So after that, there's class 4, and I have class 4. So this is going to be 2 to 2:50. Of course, these times vary depending on the courses that you register for. But class 5, it's 3:30 to 4:45. It's a daunting time. It's kind of rough. I wish I didn't have class at that time. I just get really tired. I have fell asleep multiple times during that class period. I am so sorry, Professor O'Reilly. Very great person, but it's not you, it's me, and I'm just tired. You know why I'm tired? It's always because I'm studying for that kanji class. Class 6 and class 7, I just assume they're really late classes, so like maybe 5 to 7 and 7 to 9. If that's your cup of tea, go for it. I think that just sounds like a really sucky time to be in class. I have seen people in class at like 8 p.m. So, I mean, just be wise with how you schedule your classes. Of course, if you do decide to come to AIU, they'll kind of explain how to register for courses. Registration is not guaranteed, so you would select a course that you'd want to join, and it is lottery system. So sometimes you might get the course and sometimes you don't. So make some backup plans. So just keep in mind that when you do your research before coming to AIU, you're not guaranteed to get in the classes that you kind of sign up for before AIU, kind of like have a plan. So make multiple plans. If I were you, that's one thing that I would do again before coming to AIU. And that's going to wrap up everything for this video. Hopefully I was able to answer some of your questions before you decided to come to AIU. I really do recommend the school. It is such a lovely location. I enjoy it so much. I love being here in nature and just being able to really be immersed in Japanese culture. So if you have any questions, leave some comments in the YouTube down below comment section, or please message the AIU Hirome Tai Instagram. But thanks for watching, and I hope you guys enjoy AIU. Bye-bye.